Hello and welcome to the Jayco 267 BHS. I'm going to start right up front with the light. Just in case you need to hook up at night, you have your retract and extend. Right behind this little tab here, there is a manual override just in case this ever does electrically go out. Behind here, you have your propane. This little switch here, whatever way you flip it, that's going to be the tank that's taking propane from. So, of course, to the left, it'll be taking the left one. Switch it to the right, it'll be heading to the right one. Got your storage. Come in here, you have your outside shower, you have your hot and cold side along with your shower head inside. This is going to be your black tank flush. I'll get to this in just a moment. Here's your city water connection. So once you do go to a campground, this is going to be where you hook up your campground water. That'll help push the water through your system. I do recommend a water pressure regulator though, just because campgrounds are pushing for a lot of people, so there's going to be a lot of pressure. I'll get one just so it doesn't end up blowing out your lines. For your sewer system down here, you have your gray tank and then your black tank on the right side. What I recommend doing is when you go to empty your black tank, pull that black tank tab right there, the little handle. It'll start draining out. Once it seems like it's fully empty, put a pressurized hose right into this black tank flush here. And this activates a sprinkler inside of that black tank, which helps get the extra crud and toilet paper that may be stuck on the sides or in the system. It'll just help clean it out easier. And then go ahead and do the gray tank last, just because that's going to be the cleanest water. So once you go to put your hands back on it, you know that it's cleaner. So right on top of the sewer system, you have your low point drains. So right inside of there, you do have your hot and cold. If you put a TV outside, you have your cable and satellite input here. This is backup camera prepped, so if you do have a backup camera, if you did purchase one, all you gotta do is unscrew the plate, pop the backup camera in, and you'll have a little tablet that you just put right in your cigarette lighter and turn your running lights on, and then it'll always be running. Right here you have your camp power or your shower power. Here you have your water heater. So here is going to be your drain plug or cover. It's a 1 1/16 socket. So you just go ahead and put this right on here. So you can socket that down. Once that is on, to turn on your water heater, all you gotta do is go inside, turn on the hot side of your faucet. Once that faucet has a steady flow of water and push out all the air, so there's zero sputtering anymore, you do a steady flow of water, go ahead and turn on the water heater switch on the inside, which I'll get to. Since the water does get stagnant in here, to release the pressure and to take off this little cap here, all you gotta do is pull this straight out. This is the pressure release. You'll hear it hiss. Once it dies out, go ahead, take your socket, pull this off, and your water will start draining through here. To make it go faster, all you gotta do is pull that again, and you'll be good to go. Coming around here, you have your outside kitchen. You do have your fridge along with your sink here. This is going to be your furnace exhaust. So all the hot air comes out here, so this gets very hot. If you do have a little child in the area or people who don't know, make sure to warn them, do not touch this. Right here, if you do bring a TV outside, here's another cable and satellite. Here's 110 outlets, mount for a TV. And here, this is gonna be your fresh water tank. So if you do plan on going out into the middle of nowhere, go ahead and fill this up. It's just gonna be a gravity fill. Once you fill this up, you need to turn on the water pump switch on the inside, which I'll show you. But that water pump helps push all the water in this tank through your system so you can have water while you're out in the middle of nowhere. And then to drain this fresh water, underneath here, there's going to be a little switch right there, little valve. Go ahead, turn that, and that'll empty the rest of the fresh water out. For your stairs here, what you're gonna wanna do, make sure your door is completely open as far as it can so this gets as flat as possible. Otherwise this will hit. Super good. Over here, pull the tab so it goes behind the door. But all you gotta do to take this down, pull the blue, grab the handle, and set it down. Coming up on the top right side here, there's gonna be a little tab. You can see it there. What that's for is when you peel that tab off, that's another manual override. So if the awning ever ends up electrically going out, you are able to reel it back in with that black tab. As soon as you pull it off, go ahead, reel it back in. Coming inside of your camper here, you're gonna have your button selection. This is gonna be your slide. I moved it in a little bit just so I can show you what it sounds like when it fully extends. Once you hear that gear grinding noise, you know you're fully extended. Awning in and out. This is gonna be your main room. And this is gonna be your awning light. But main room. And then coming down to this. This is gonna be all of your water situations and whatnot. So this is gonna be your water pump. So if you do fill up that fresh tank, that's what you're gonna wanna click when you do end up stopping and you need to use water. Go ahead, turn that on. Then you have two water heater elements. You have gas, which is the middle one, and then electric, which is the far right. If you want the most heat out of your water, go ahead and turn both of those on. But now you have your tanks here. Battery shows that it's full, but then everything's going by thirds. So you have your fresh tank, your black tank, and then your gray tank. Come into your keys. These two are going to be for your doors, and these two are going to be for your baggage doors outside. For your stove, turn it on, push in, twist to release the gas. Then once your gas is on, spark to the right. You never want to turn this to the left because this will end up snapping off. So only to the right. Same goes for all three of these. And then here for your oven, turn to the pilot symbol. As soon as you see a tiny little flame appear in the back of your oven, go ahead and turn it to your desired temperature. For your fridge, hold to turn on. Once it's on, 1 is going to be cold, 5 is going to be the coldest. And then this indicates which part of the fridge it's using. So this is going to be the bottom part, this is going to be the freezer. So your refrigerator, freezer. And then if you hold this, it turns into nighttime mode, which in all you need to use it for is for the beeps to get quieter. But besides that, hold to turn off. All of your lights as well also have a little push press, so you can turn it off individually. So if you want to section off a piece of room, just like this, but leave the others on. That's all you gotta do. For your bathroom, it's gonna be your foot flush. What you need is you're gonna need toilet solution along with RV grade toilet paper. So the toilet paper will help break down easier, just so it doesn't end up clogging your systems. And then the solution that also helps break down solids along with smells. For this, all you gotta do is tap on for fan, cool, and then heat, along with off. And then this is where you choose your temperature, up and down. For your table, all you gotta do is lift up and disconnect the table from your actual poles here. Once this table is out of the way, go ahead, move these poles into somewhere safe, like down here. They are gonna roll around a little bit, but rather have them roll around than sit like this, because when this is moving, it's gonna move back and forth, and then eventually the weight of the table will start shifting and it'll warp both of your poles. So once your table is off, once the poles are removed, go ahead, lift these up, both sides, and then put your table on these cleats. There's 4 of them on every corner. When you do that, that's going to be the best traveling position for your table, and then for this as well. And that's also how you turn it into a bed. For your couch, all you gotta do is lift up from the bottom, and it'll slip right out. To put it back in, you just lift up all the way, push in a little bit of pressure. Once you find that hook, it'll go right back to normal. For your radio, hold it or press the turn on. You have zone 1 and zone 2. Zone 1 is going to be inside, zone 2 is going to be outside. In order to mute both at the same time, you just click the top right, it'll mute. You have your Bluetooth, AM, FM, and aux. To turn it off, all you do is hold. Also, when you first walk in, right down here, this is going to be your carbon monoxide detector. So this is always going to be running as a safety feature. So what that means is that this green light is always going to be running. So this will end up killing your battery if you're not plugged into anything. So what I do recommend, if you're going to leave your camper for about 3 to 4 days, just go ahead and take the negative end off of your battery. That will finally kill this. So once again, that always runs. If you disconnect the negative end of your battery, this doesn't. For your bedroom, lift it up on the wood piece. You can get to your storage. You do have a TV bracket in here, and then all you gotta do is plug it into here. Then you're good to go with that. Just underneath your oven, there's gonna be your breakers and fuses. So everything's gonna be labeled just like a house. And what I do recommend having is bringing extra fuses along. I'd rather be safe than sorry if I were you. Just bring a few extra of those, and you'll be good to go.